And yet another significant sale to add to the already awesome Critics' Choice and Hot Deals sale. Don't forget to sub up and use those chapters to learn about every PSVR2 game. Featuring classic player versus player modes, a zombie mode, and a single player co-op campaign, Calibre VR is currently 15% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 20% off total. Over 330 people have already rated it 4.2 out of 5 stars, with 82% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, but 11% did give this 1 star. Now, this game has been around for years on other platforms, but was finally released in December for the PSVR2. And since launch, the developers have been taking player feedback and have already improved performance, added adaptive trigger support, and I'm super happy to report that this game now features the mind-blowing bHaptics tack suit and tack sleeves native compatibility, totally immersing you into the game like never before. The replayability is robust, with a progression system that unlocks weapons, attachments, and skins through experience points earned by completing levels, getting headshots, and playing in co-op. And the classic rank system is here, rewarding players with new gear as they continue to level up, adding to the addiction and fun factor. That said, I have heard the game can get repetitive for some, but is apparently ideal to play with friends in order to get the most out of this classic arcade Call of Duty in VR. But now I have to highly recommend everyone get my pick for Game of the Year 2025. This Zelda-style sci-fi epic adventure sounds just like a Skyrim, but plays like a dream, becoming a complete extension of your body with the most exhilarating and addictive gameplay that makes this an absolute must-have masterpiece. Arken Age is the game I didn't know I needed, but immediately fell in love with the moment I entered this alien yet medieval world, fusing nature and artificial intelligence together, making this incredibly cool to play from start to finish. And it's currently at its cheapest ever at 50% off. Over 1,200 people have rated it 4.79 out of 5 stars, with 94% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. And I totally understand why, because this is now one of my favorite games of all time. Welcome to the beautiful Biochasm. Brimming with life and genius design, this wondrous world will instantly envelop you with its masterful game mechanics, mesmerizing music and sound effects, while fully utilizing the PSVR2 sensational sense and headset haptics, along with those awesome adaptive triggers. But it's the phenomenal physics-based combat system that is so revolutionary, I felt compelled to make a separate video showing exactly what settings I used to get the most immersive and intuitive controls that you simply cannot get on the flat screen. Lead a full orchestra on the grand stage and master the beloved works from Beethoven and Mozart in Maestro, and it's 30% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 35% off total. Over 650 people have rated it 4.9 out of 5 stars, with 98% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And the other 2% gave this 1 star. Wow, that truly sounds incredible. This game does include hand tracking on the PSVR2, and from what I understand, the coolest way to play this game is to actually hold a pencil or pen in your fingertips while playing to feel like a real conductor. But apparently the best way to play would be to simply use your controllers to ensure perfect accuracy, tracking, and timing. And there are apparently 19 tracks now from the original 15 that were included in the base game from launch, but none of the DLC that you're seeing here is currently on sale. That said, they did just release some free DLC called La Creme de la Creme that features 5 of the most requested songs from the community listed right here. Awesome. And yet another game that is making waves in the VR industry with rave reviews, Smash Drums is currently 40% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 50% off total. Over 410 people have rated it 4.73 out of 5 stars, with 94% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. Smash your way through 58 explosive rock tracks that are included with the standard edition, or you can purchase additional music packs that feature 5 tracks each. However, none of these DLC packs are currently on sale. And if you have the bHaptics TacSuit Pro, be sure to use that audio to haptics feature with only the music and drum effects for full effect. With the base PS5 version, you get 120 frames per second in performance mode or 90 frames per second in fidelity mode, while the Pro has both fidelity at 120 frames per second. The eye-track foveated rendering makes the resolution look butter smooth, and having the adaptive triggers allows you to spin those sticks on command to feel the flow. You can also brace for impact with the headset haptics with the additional flying debris mode. The dynamic lighting and shadows on the 4K HDR OLED display light this game on fire with an even higher resolution and VFX with the PS5 Pro. And then this social mode allows you to record yourself just like this cinematic trailer. If you want to see some gameplay footage, you can check out AJ from PSVR Underground in his very first attempt to play Prayer of the Refugee by Rise Against from the Hard Rock Legends music pack, which is currently not on sale. But this is still a great demo of the pick up and play fun factor for this game, and I highly encourage you to check it out if you're still on the fence with this.
Ever wonder where you'd land?
Escaping Wonderland is a new chapter in the Down the Rabbit Hole saga, and it's currently 35% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 40% off total. 160 people have rated it 4.78 out of 5 stars, with 95% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. Nice! Mingle with marvelous creatures from the world of Alice in Wonderland and puzzle your way through perplexing challenges and lose yourself in an enchanting landscape where up is down, left is right, and nothing is quite as it seems. With hours of gameplay brimming with brain teasers, you must help Molly navigate her way through the delightful diorama-style immersive environments and unearth the curious truth about what this whimsical whirlwind is all about. Discover what Molly is really escaping from as you slowly recover her memory. The whole theme of the game truly intrigues me. Anyone out there, if you own this, played it, loved it, or hate it, please let us know if we should grab this at that sale price. Sounds like a no-brainer based on those reviews so far. Ascend a procedurally generated mega tower battling robots in this fast-paced futuristic roguelike shooter in Sweet Surrender. And it's currently 30% off. Only 63 people have rated it so far, 4.63 out of 5 stars, with 90% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. This roguelike shooter looks absolutely beautiful and would totally shine in that 4K HDR OLED display, and apparently the game can take anywhere from only 1 to 2 hours to complete your first run, with a total time of 8 to 12 hours to unlock everything. Even though each run feels different, they can look the same over time, as you will be given specific objectives to complete in order to unlock new content for more playtime with random perks and upgrades. And that's what keeps people coming back for more, as the gunplay has been reported to be fantastic, but mixed with that classic pointing down arcade style reloading. Other than that, that's all I really know about the game. Anyone out there, if you owned it, played it, loved it, or hate it, please let us know if we should grab this at that sale price. Now might be the time to actually journey through time and rewrite history in Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate, and it's currently 30% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 35% off total. Almost 700 people have rated it 3.92 out of 5 stars, with 71% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 16% did give this 1 star. And from what I've read and heard online, this was in really rough shape at launch, as the expectations were pretty high for this all around, and apparently it failed to deliver because of the amount of bugs and problems throughout. That said, this is supposed to be an epic adventure that combines thrilling action, intricate puzzles, and rich storytelling, transporting you to pivotal moments across the ages as you instantly jump between time periods and inhabit the lives of unique characters throughout history. Quantum Leap style. Now what's really cool is that they did release a major patch, number 1, earlier this year called Hammer It Home, and then in October, patch 1.5 came out with even more improvements, and I've included a link in my description if you want to check that out for yourself. Or better yet, I recommend you check out Virtual Renaissance's latest video on what the current state of the game actually looks like, as I do believe you'll have an excellent idea as to whether you're ready to jump in or not after watching his experience. Thanks to Virtual Renaissance for covering the recent patch, and I've included a link in my description and highly recommend you guys check that out.
Looking for a cozy, creative VR adventure? Hop on board.
Now's the time to get all aboard with the coolest, most chill single-player board game puzzle experience in Toy Trains, and it's currently 80% off right now. Over 320 people have rated it 4.48 out of 5 stars, with 87% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, and me giving it a 5 for sure, hands down, especially after that Infinite Loop update. And quickly, just speaking to this, I have to say, I did not buy this game. This was sent to me by the developers, and again, I expected nothing going into it because I did not have a toy train set growing up, and I had no interest whatsoever in playing like the sandbox mode, but I just didn't understand the game was actually designed as a puzzle game to begin with, which is amazing. This is another pick up and play experience. Quite literally, you can just pop the game in and it walks you through step by step how to do each stage properly. And what I mean is, the premise of the game is extremely simple. Quite literally, you just have a construction site in the middle of the board, and then you have a couple houses sitting there to begin with. All you have to do is make a railroad track literally connecting that house to the construction site. Or if you have multiple houses, you can have one railroad track connecting to both houses and the construction site, doing a complete loop. Or you can choose to do one track per house, meaning that you just have one track connected to that one house and that construction site with like multiple tracks going on at once. That's the beauty of this game. You literally can solve the puzzle the way that you want it with no time limit whatsoever. Even the pieces that you're given, it legit looks like a game manual. You're holding it out of the box and you can see what pieces they offer. Again, in the beginning, they're just giving you like a corner piece in a straight line. And as the stages progress, you get more and more pieces to use to the point that you're about maybe halfway through the game, if not a little farther, and you have all the pieces to use. But again, each stage, they show you how to use a specific piece like a slope or a tunnel or a bridge in that one stage. And I do have to say this, had I reviewed this game before the Infinite Loop update, I would have been disappointed because it just picked up at level 9 out of 10. Right at the end of the game, I'm like, oh, okay, these are challenging courses now, if not just the last one. With this Infinite Loop update, they did include a plethora of new challenging puzzles, and I gotta say, that's where the game's at. But the sandbox mode is advertised in this new update. That is not at all appealing to me. I mean, I just touched it for a second. I didn't care for it. It's the puzzles, and they're so good, so good. So I do feel like anybody that's bought this game in the past, if you have not revisited this since the Infinite Loop update, it is a completely new game. It's 10 times better, honestly. So really cool that the developers added all this extra content for free because it really made the game for me. Every challenge in that update was better than any of the challenges in the original game. So cool and so therapeutic. You know, that's what I want to say. This game is therapy. At the end of the day, just chill out. Even standing or sitting, it doesn't matter. If you're into the music rhythm games, you're going to want to check out Spin Rhythm XD because it's 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 65% off total. Over 260 people have rated it 4.64 out of 5 stars, with 93% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And I did end up getting the Deluxe Edition, which is on sale as well, but I'm going to show you that in a minute because I have to let you know the whole idea, the whole premise of the game is that you have this dial on the bottom of the screen that you simply grab and spin to match the color. But thankfully there are only 2 colors, so it's really simple to line up as it just alternates between them infinitely. Simply move that dial and line up the color with the small circles and they will automatically hit, but for the same colored bar, you will have to lift your arm up off the dial and hit them to the beat. And as you're seeing here, it forces you to juke left and right with your one arm, just like a DJ, but with your other arm, you'll use that to hit the green lined bass beat when that long line comes up, just like Rock Band. When you see a massive chunk of arrows pointing in one direction, you have to spin the dial in that direction, and when you see a massive chunk of zigzags, that's when you scratch the record, I guess, just like a DJ, and then quickly react to what's next. So uniquely different as a rhythm game, and I did actually get a workout with the PSVR Sense controllers versus the DualSense controller, which was neat, but far from the same fun factor as moving with your whole body to the beat. Truly, when you get accustomed to the controls, I highly recommend you play this game on the harder difficulties. As you're seeing here, it just feels so awesome. And the base game does feature over 60 licensed and original tracks. On top of that, this game has already won a bunch of awards as a flat screen game. It includes a ton of customization for controls, difficulty, and the ability to adjust your table height, along with the 4-player offline multiplayer mode for the flat screen. And if you love what this game provides, there is some DLC you can get with it. The first one being Spin Rhythm XD Chill Hop DLC, which is again 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 65% off total. And as you're seeing here, I'm showing you a track list of all the songs that are included, 10, as well as some of the skins that are featured with this DLC. The other one they offer is called Spin Rhythm XD Monster Cat DLC. And again, this one is 50% off, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 65% off total. This pack contains a collection of nostalgic beats, popular Monster Cat classics, and some hidden gems. And as you're seeing here, there are the 10 songs featured in the track list, as well as some of the custom skins. Take a road trip to a distant, heartfelt past with the Spin Rhythm XD Indie Pack. And of course, it's 50% off, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 65% off total. And as you can see, you are getting the 7 songs listed there, as well as the menu palette and indie outfits for both Jim Rhythm and Lady J. Very cool. But I have to say, I do own the Deluxe Edition, and this DLC is not included with that, so just a heads up because the Deluxe Edition is on sale here. And the last DLC they're offering is called Spin Rhythm XD Supporter Pack. However, this is currently not on sale, but it is included in the Deluxe Edition. And this is all about supporting the development a little bit extra. And as you're seeing here, this includes all the tracks listed here, as well as some unique character skins for Jim Rhythm and Lady J. And then they mentioned that they may add more content to this pack in the future. Very interesting. But if you want to get all of the DLC excluding the most recent Indies pack, you can get the Spin Rhythm XD Deluxe Edition at 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 65% off total. It does come with the Spin Rhythm XD base game, the Chill Hop DLC, the Monster Cat DLC, and that supporter pack we just mentioned. I can easily recommend this Deluxe Edition at that awesome sale price, as there's just so much replayability here. It's pretty sweet. Dead Second is an arcade action cover shooter, and it's currently 25% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 30% off total. Over 240 people have rated it 4.62 out of 5 stars, with 92% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. Awesome. This totally reminds me of Crisis Brigade. However, in this game you remember the CSF Kronos Strike Force, a top secret agency that employs a small time dilation technology called the temporal overdrive. The device is synergized with the adrenal receptors of a CSF's agent's brain, granting them superhuman reflexes. Governments have fallen into disarray. Corporations and private military contractors rule the streets, take on a series of assignments, and make them pay. The Dead Second is a time reaction system. Defeating an enemy momentarily slows time, giving you a chance to dodge incoming enemy fire and acquire your next target. Chaining a quick succession of takedowns boosts your score, time, and accuracy points. Charge your temporal overdrive and dominate your adversaries. Progress through the ranks and unlock additional guns and cosmetics on your way to the top of the leaderboards.
All new from Stalwart.
Barbaria is a brutal arena building daily beat 'em up, and it's currently 50% off right now. Over 250 people have rated it 4.62 out of 5 stars, with 92% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. And what's uniquely awesome about this game is that you actually build your own arena, your own realm, and as you go online to other realms, you destroy other people's areas, take their resources, bring them back to your realm, build upon your area, and as that's happening, you've got other people attacking your spot. So this game is meant to be played almost daily, where you just pick it up, play it for half an hour, and then you keep checking on whether or not people are attacking your spot. I've not played this before, but again, everyone, everywhere is saying how much fun this is to just pick up and play and have fun on the regular. You can also hop out to God Scale mode and use your ancient powers to direct the battle from on high. As well, there is a raid replay where you can watch tabletop replays of attacks on your realm by other players. And of course, those attack notifications can be on. That way you're given a heads up whether or not somebody's jumping near your realm trying to steal your shit, essentially. Right on. And don't forget, you can get a free trial if you log into the PlayStation app or the PlayStation Store website and download it from there. Experience the Renaissance like never before in the House of Da Vinci VR, and it's 30% off. Over 260 people have rated this 4.7 out of 5 stars, with 96% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. Right on. This captivating puzzle adventure immerses you in the mysteries of Leonardo's world. Embark on a quest filled with puzzles, inventions, and hidden objects. As Da Vinci's most promising apprentice, you are summoned to Florence, only to find that Leonardo has mysteriously disappeared. Test your skills with war machines, complex lockboxes, and immersive room escapes. Use an extraordinary device that allows you to see events from the past, providing crucial insights and aiding in your quest. Many of these challenges are based on Da Vinci's actual inventions, alongside locations inspired by his original artworks and the historical city of Florence. Anybody out there, if you own this, played it, loved it, or hate it, please let us know whether or not we should grab this at that sale price. I'm assuming so with that incredible rating there.
Just discovered a mysterious cave at an excavation site.
And if you're looking for a first-person shooter with a lengthy campaign, apparently Cactus Cowboy Desert Warfare is that game, and it's currently 80% off right now. Almost 300 people have rated it 4.73 out of 5 stars, with 93% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. And now your body can feel every bullet and blast because the game is natively compatible with the bHaptics tack suit and tack sleeves, delivering the ultimate immersion. And the key takeaway I keep hearing about this is that the gun mechanics, the gameplay, is just a lot of fun. This is an 8-hour campaign with over 12 unique VR guns with manual reloading for each. And you can totally customize your guns with scopes, grips, and lasers, with over 30 weapon skins to unlock throughout the game. At an excavation site close to the Bugland border, a mysterious cave is uncovered when the Bug Army launches a sudden assault. They're after something that is inside the cave, something so precious that it sparks an all-out war. Step into the role of Cactus Cactus Cowboy, pushing back against the bug army and revealing the sinister plans of their leaders. Sounds simple enough, but again, I actually did end up getting this on sale last time and put about 3 hours into it, so I'm about 1/3 of the way through the campaign, and it's decent so far. That's the best way to put it considering I haven't played it fully. But do keep in mind that this is a budget title for sure, and it does show, but the gunplay is good so far. I will have to spend more time in this to give it a fair review, but it's hard to recommend with all of the other awesome games that are currently on sale right now. Space Docker VR is a hardcore flight simulator, and it's currently 50% off right now. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 65% off total. Almost 260 people have rated it 4.55 out of 5 stars, with 91% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. And I have to say it right away, this game actually supports the HOTAS. I have 2 of them, the hands-on throttle and stick. You can use your actual PlayStation VR2 Sense controllers, of course. I'm sure the haptics are awesome on it, but having a tactile throttle and stick in any VR game, I feel, has been so immersive. The game does have to take into your skill factor the precision of docking and getting through these levels. And don't forget, there's no drag in space. Physics means that docking becomes a skillful task as you learn to master your momentum. This does feature a career mode, authored missions with unique twists to train and test your docking abilities. You'll have random jobs content, weekly missions, as well as on-demand procedural work orders. Right on. There's a race mode, pushing your flying skills to the max, and I gotta say, I'll be checking that out right away. Customizable virtual cockpit controls, very cool. And that's where you would lose that whole sense of virtual interaction with your cockpit if you are using that HOTAS, the hands-on throttle and stick. And you do have this ongoing global leaderboard that you can compete with your friends online. Unlock flare and upgrades for your cockpits. Again, I've never played the game, so I don't know how that all goes down, but the premise of the game seems super simple about docking abilities, and just based on those ratings and everything I'm reading online, how addictive the game is. It's just really weird to say that, because again, the theme just doesn't sound awesome, but the people are playing it and saying it is. Anyone in the comments section, if you do own the game, you played it, please let us know whether or not this game is worth picking up at that sale price. But if you want the complete world building experience, look no further than cyubeVR. This one's 30% off, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 35% off total. Over 1,200 people have rated it 4.36 out of 5 stars, with 84% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. And what's really fascinating is that this is one of over 20 games that is natively compatible with the bHaptics tack suit and tack sleeves, fully immersing your body into the beautiful voxel-based world like never before. And of course, you can follow the objectives that guide you through the progression of the game, starting from breaking off your first piece of wood from a tree, to collecting increasingly rare resources and crafting powerful tools that allow you to fully shape your world. Gather resources, naturally craft with your hands in 3D, and build anything you can imagine, literally. Smelt collected resources with realistic VR furnace mechanics, or design a fortress on top of a towering mountain where you can get an amazing view over the world. In cyubeVR, if you can see it, you can reach it, or even destroy it. Explore a fully destructible world that's as fluid as it is expansive, made up of hundreds of billions of individually modifiable voxel blocks with smoothly changing time of day and weather. Immerse yourself in a world brought to life by complex dynamic lighting and captivating night skies adorned with beautiful auroras. Experience unparalleled clarity and detail up close thanks to meticulously crafted 8K textures and eye-tracking foveated rendering powered by Unreal Engine. Even the closest inspection reveals a world in stunning sharpness. And what's incredible on top of this, they include mod support on PS5, where you can easily browse, download, and install custom mod blocks created by the cyubeVR community for maximum variety in your builds. And to wrap this all up, they talk about having this comfort your own way, where it ensures an accessible VR experience for everyone. The world remains in eternal darkness, and only you can bring the dawn in the Light Brigade, and it's currently 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 55% off total. Over 900 people have rated it 4.53 out of 5 stars, with 89% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. What really stands out from this game is the realistic gunplay inspired by historical World War weaponry that creates tense battles against increasingly difficult enemies, soldiers, creatures, and bosses. But then mix that gunplay up, infusing your rifle's bullets with light magic to raining fireballs on enemy hordes. Magic spells complement your rifle by adding more combat tools to your arsenal. With deep roguelike mechanics, you're going to start your run with a standard issue rifle and loot for powerful attachments like explosive charms, silencers, and more. And this is your classic roguelike experience. You know, we're going to get these tarot cards and you can power yourself up. So each run is uniquely different. As you're getting these bonuses, you'll have an option between a few cards to choose from, and then you're going to want to keep powering up that ability or make it as strong as possible. Very traditional roguelike stuff. And to speak to this from experience, because I have played the game quite a bit, I actually haven't gone back since I've been playing like Pavlov and Hellsweeper. I've gone a few times because of people have been like, oh, you got to revisit it. But yeah, after Hellsweeper, again, after Pavlov, it really is hard to go back to this sort of game. It does remind me of playing a Quest version. I mean, it looks good, but that's not what it's about. It's about the gameplay, and that's what everyone online is going on about. You know, people who love this game absolutely love this game.
Welcome back to
Ultrawings is back and better than ever with Ultrawings 2, and it's 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 65% off total. Over 860 people have rated it 4.3 out of 5 stars, with 85% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. And right away, what I absolutely love about this game is that you have the option to use the HOTAS, hands-on throttle and stick. But because I didn't use the move controllers, when you were trying to select things on screen, you would use your head to roll over that icon and then select. And I'm assuming I'll have to do the exact same thing here. It only makes sense. Whereas with the PSVR2 Sense controller, you will get those adaptive triggers, the Sense haptics, and the ability to hit the switches and fully interact in the cockpit. That said, that's how good having a HOTAS is. Just having that real tactile object to grab with your real hands and have that total precision, I feel has always beaten the virtual sensation there. But I could be wrong, I've never played this before. Return to the skies in 6 all-new aircraft as you complete hundreds of missions across a beautifully stylized island-themed world. You'll be unlocking new gameplay through this 40 to 60 hour game. 1 minute you'll be dogfighting enemy bogies in a World War II era warplane, and the next you'll be popping balloons with a dart pistol and the ultralight. Yeah, just throw me in the dogfight right away, because that's why I'm going to be getting this game. And I believe just like the first game, you're going to have all of these mini islands with a series of challenges going on. But this game claims to be 3 times larger than the original game, and I thought the original was awesome to begin with.
Introducing No Man's Sky version 6.2.
Upgrade your multi-tool and harness the power of gravity with the all-new Gravity Gun in No Man's Sky, and it's currently 60% off. Almost 113,000 people have rated it 4.01 out of 5 stars, with 79% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, but 15% did give this 1 star. In the latest update, Remanent, you will now be able to magnetize, carry, and launch stacks of industrial waste while you carefully transport your hull in your off-road Colossus. Industrial waste can now be found on planets featuring salvageable scrap, which are distributed in small piles and large heaps, and now these scrap worlds feature a new building type, the waste processing plant. These highly interactive facilities allow scrap hunters to extract recycled resources and earn rewards for cleansing planets of debris. The Colossus Exocraft can now be customized with a number of aesthetic and utility modules, and also includes new cockpit interiors that reflect their external geometry. To take advantage of all the new kick-ass features, a small tutorial will take you through the basics so you can join the community in a time-limited expedition staged in the sands of a single planet where everyone will drive cross-country and strip the desert of dangerous industrial remnants. Right on.
The eye sees everything. Unhappy interface robots 1984. You are by the order. Vanished from the program.
Jeff Minter is back with another unique take on a 1980s Atari arcade game, iRobot, and it's currently 35% off. Only 88 people have rated it 4.8 out of 5 stars, with 96% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. Amazing. The premise of iRobot is simple. You take control of an ox-headed robot on a mission to outwit the all-seeing eye and 55 levels to conquer. In each level, you'll navigate across tiles, flipping each tile to proceed to the next, with the music building up as you rack up a high score. Just be sure you don't jump while the eye's watching, or you'll be zapped away in a flash. If you're able to make it across all the tiles, you'll then race down a tube in a bonus round, blasting away any enemy shapes that move in your path trying to stop you. And you have to do all of this inside of the 3D space of Minter's kaleidoscopic visualizer, which looks super trippy. And if you want to take a break from the arcade action, jump into the Ungame, where you can channel your inner Jeff Minter and play around with all the sights and sounds from the game. Very interesting. Anyone out there, if you own this, played it, loved it, or hate it, please let us know in the comments whether or not we should grab this at that sale price.
Available now.
Do not wait for the rest of the crew. I repeat.
Harpagun is a fast-paced arcade shooter with a unique twist, and it's currently 80% off right now. Only 52 people have rated it 4.15 out of 5 stars, with 83% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And the PlayStation Store simply says that you're gonna smash alien critters, argue with your dysfunctional crew, and destroy everything in sight. Use weapons or everyday objects with a gravity ray to wreak havoc. Built for VR, it delivers chaotic fun, immersive combat, and a wild, hilarious storyline. Interesting. Other than that, I have no idea what this game is truly about. Anyone out there, if you own this, played it, loved it, or hate it, please let us know in the comment section whether or not we should grab this at that sale price. Immerse yourself in the ambient atmosphere and otherworldly music and search for lost artifacts hidden throughout the world in Mare, and it's currently 50% off. Only 86 people have rated it 4.44 out of 5 stars, with 83% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. The whole game here is exploring the vast and strange landscapes from a viewpoint of a mechanical bird, where you guide and protect a vulnerable AI companion and her unexpected adventure. Explore and discover the underlying narrative spanning over 8 chapters, and immerse yourself in the ambient atmosphere and otherworldly music for a soothing experience. Venture deep into unknown territory on a puzzling adventure while unraveling a mysterious narrative and the secrets hidden within, all in order to ensure the arrival of the companion at her impending destiny. Search for lost artifacts hidden throughout the world in order to unlock the final secret of Mare. Punch, jab, block, dodge, and slip your way to victory as you rise to become the ultimate boxing champion in Mutant Boxing League VR, and it's 40% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 45% off total. Only 60 people have rated it so far, 4.18 out of 5 stars, with 77% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. Whether you're new to VR or a seasoned boxer, apparently Mutant Boxing League has something for everyone. Master the art of attack, defense, and special gloves like the Power Glove and Speed Glove with the tutorials. With every fight, you'll improve your skills, timing perfect counter punches, blocking, and dodging to stay on top. Mutant Boxing League was developed with professional boxers, designed to make boxing training both enjoyable and challenging. Unlike Creed, you actually don't move around the ring here, but play standing still, punch-out style. With every fight, you'll improve your boxing skills and fitness, all while unlocking gloves, mini-games, and challenges that will keep you coming back for more. Interesting. Featuring an intuitive third-person view designed especially for VR headsets, Human Fall Flat VR is now 50% off. Over 51,000 people have rated the VR and flat screen versions combined 4.15 out of 5 stars, with 78% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, but 14% did give this 1 star. Pick a party of up to 4 humans and work together carefully to navigate each level's perilous traps and solve each collection of physics-based puzzles. Now rebuilt for VR, each controller you wield controls the respective arm of your human avatar, adding an unprecedented level of physicality. And apparently, Human Fall Flat is a hilarious, lighthearted physics platformer set in a world of floating dreamscapes. Each dream level provides a new environment to navigate, with multiple routes through each level, and perfectly playful puzzles ensure exploration and ingenuity are rewarded. The VR edition of Human Fall Flat includes all levels from the game's original release, along with a wide selection of extra dreams created by some of the most talented community creators. You can also customize your human with a massive selection of outfits to add to your collection, along with head, upper, and lower body style, and even customizable colors. And for those of you that want to have both the VR and the original flat version, you can get the Human Fall Flat franchise bundle at 60% off. Kizuna AI Touch the Beat is a new kind of rhythm game, and it's 50% off right now. 250 people have rated it 4.54 out of 5 stars, with 91% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And from what you're seeing on screen, it is a new kind of rhythm game where you hang out in a virtual space with this Kizuna AI character. You can play in VR or non-VR mode. I'm not too sure why you wouldn't play in VR mode. And it also includes a view mode, which lets you travel through the game stages free as a bird. And in the game, there are 15 popular songs performed by Kizuna AI, including her massive hit, Hello Morning. And they do claim to have post-launch DLC in the works, including additional songs and outfits and other content, which I'm going to show you right now. None of this is on sale, but you do have the option of getting Touch the Beat Costume 1 Hello World 2020. The second costume here featured was from her 2018 tour, the AI Party Birthday With You. And the third one is a costume and additional song, as you're seeing here, Dogs Chrome featuring KZN. So the game is getting a lot of love and attention. I just can't speak to that personally. Again, anyone in the comments section that does know anything about that game, please speak to it for everyone else. That'd be awesome. Feel the lifelike simulation of skiing that feels natural and real in Snow Scout, and it's 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 55% off total. 150 people have rated it 4.35 out of 5 stars, with 86% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. In this exploration adventure on skis, you start on a 1-week stint as a volunteer for the Snow Scouts. Your task is to prepare a small ski resort in the German-speaking Alps for reopening. During your 7-day stint, you're guided by the radio in this remote and majestic mountain wilderness. The lifelike simulation of skiing makes movement through vast landscapes feel natural and real, even in limited VR play spaces. I will be checking out the room scale VR and seeing how that actually plays out. I'm very curious. Cross-country skiing as well as descent runs are featured as competitive events with online leaderboards. Awesome. Communicate with your friendly superior through an innovative communication system. The game offers a full story mode with over 3 hours of recorded narration, 20 ski races, and lots of side tasks to complete. Wow, that sounds awesome. I've never skied before, so I don't have any attachment to skiing, but I am definitely curious in checking this out. Inspired by 80s retro horror, this popcorn game is all about survival, thrills, and pure fun in Get Out, and it's currently 20% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 30% off total. Over 100 people have rated it 4.14 out of 5 stars, with 78% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. And get this, Get Out is one of the most recent games to get the native compatibility for the bHaptics tack suit and tack sleeves that will take the action and fear to a whole new level that I've never experienced before. Be sure to subscribe, as I'll definitely be playing every game possible that works with this FPS bundle, and be sure to check out bHaptics.com, as it's actually on sale right now. In this game, you play as Dean, a patient trapped in a sinister prison-like mental asylum. The walls of this place hide unspeakable secrets and terrifying experiments carried out on lost souls. In this asylum, nightmarish creatures born from inhuman experiments prowl the dark corridors. With your hands restrained by a straitjacket, you must navigate through complex puzzles and deadly challenges. Each solved puzzle brings you closer to the truth about the horrors that lie behind the facility's locked doors. Will you be able to evade the traps of your mind while facing creatures that seem to be reflections of your own fears? The fight for survival is much more than a simple escape. It is a journey through the twists and turns of the human psyche. What's also included is the exclusive DLC Dean's Dream, where you play as a baby who can barely walk and seeks to understand the strange world around him. And the game that started it all. Very Bad Dreams is currently on sale at 30% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 20% more, making it 50% off total. Almost 500 people have rated it 3.38 out of 5 stars, with just over half of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 1/3 of them did give this 1 or 2 stars. In Very Bad Dreams, you'll need to react instinctively to survive this scary world, which is purely dependent upon your real actions. Feel the PSVR sense and headset haptics immerse you when you've been hit by an enemy or when your heart races for dear life. The unique controls will have you run and jump using real gestures, along with holding your head with both hands to keep you becoming mad. Oh, that sounds like such a cool game mechanic. It claims to have many new gameplay elements that will give you the impression of never doing the same thing. Quite simply, the best thing you can do in this game is to flee and not fall into madness. And the more I hear about this game, the more I hear very positive things about it. That said, if you're still unsure whether or not this is for you, I highly recommend you check out the Very Bad Dreams demo on the PlayStation Store right now. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That looks great. That's so cool. Become the ultimate chef as you take control of a highly polished, realistic kitchen with lifelike ingredients in Cooking Simulator VR, and it's 60% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 70% off total. Over 350 people have rated it 4.01 out of 5 stars, with 75% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 15% did give this 1 star. I actually did play this game all the way through. I ended up platinum the game, and I only scratched the surface of this entire game. What I mean by that is this game features over 80 unique recipes, and I probably only had 5 to 10 total unlocked. I actually was expecting more of a job simulator type game, which I'm not into. I was blown away that this was more of an actual cooking simulator where I had a budget that I had to buy certain ingredients to make my meals and then do it within a specific amount of time, but every task was actually doing the cooking simulation. From cutting French fries, and each fry is an individual size with an individual weight. You can literally see how well you're cutting the French fries, and you will be graded for your actual skills at the end when you plate the food. Everything from pouring soup, seeing how much liquid is in the bowl, to how much of each ingredient is in the actual soup, the temperature of the soup, the temperature of the cooking. You can literally look down at the actual steak as it's cooking and see it cooking. If you make a mess on the floor, you can literally wipe up the mess off the floor. When you leave your equipment, pots and pans and plates everywhere, if you go to play again, everything is still where you left it. You have to clean up after you're done. Aside from doing the dishes, you literally set yourself up so all of your workstations are ready to go. You can actually ruin your stove by spilling shit all over everything, and then that's going to impede your process as you're trying to cook, and then all of a sudden you got to repair your stove. So cool, guys. Honestly, wasn't expecting any of this stuff. And then the actual meal prep, I felt like I was rushing around doing these tasks on a timer and then using actual virtual timers with my hand, doing 2 tasks at once as I'm trying to deep fry French fries, as I'm trying to fry a steak on the pan in the other area here. Just amazing. I can actually recommend this game at full price. So seeing at sale, I do want to say yes. I do think you'll have a blast playing Cooking Simulator VR for sure.
Welcome to Townsmen VR.
Combining elements of a god game simulation and a classic city builder, Townsmen VR is considered a hidden gem by many in the community, and it's 50% off. Over 500 people have rated it 4.28 out of 5 stars, with 82% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. Start with a small settlement and expand over a world in a fully voiced campaign and story arching over 13 islands. Build more than 20 unique buildings and upgrade them while you immerse yourself in a thrilling story with many exciting quests, or simply play without restrictions in the sandbox mode with goals set by you. As the population grows, so does the demand for food and goods. Production chains help you see this need. Build farms, grind the grain harvested at the mill, and bake delicious bread for your townies. But what if your mill won't operate without a breeze? Simply give the mechanism a push with your hands. Amongst other things, you can slap lazy workers with a fish or help citizens collect about 20 different raw materials. See the world you helped create from the view of a townsman. Yep, you can shrink yourself to experience your town at eye level with your townies. Eventually, you'll recruit brave soldiers and build catapults, bows, and crossbows to protect your island from the Black Knight's raiding henchmen. But don't worry, your personal advisor, Sir Clunkalot, will accompany you on your virtual tour of the medieval age with valuable tips. Momentum is the key to winning your deadly duel in Broken Edge, and it's 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 60% off total. Almost 180 people have rated it 3.82 out of 5 stars, with 68% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 15% did give this 1 star. Broken Edge is a 1 vs 1 VR fantasy sword fighting game where you embody iconic warriors and deadly duels. Claim victory in the arena as a fierce samurai, a valiant knight, an untamed ronin, or one of the 5 other fighters, and more. And what's completely unique about this game is that each warrior wields their own weapon, coupled with their own distinctive martial style and stances. Learn and master their art of combat to awaken the energy of your blade and dominate your foes online. Choose your fantasy based on your favorite fighting style. Again, you can duel as a knight, a samurai, a duelist, a ronin, pirate, Viking, Persian, barbarian, and tyrant. This claims to have cutting-edge fencing mechanics where you move and swing your sword freely as you would in real life. Rely on your tactical skills to block incoming blows and break your opponent's sword at the point of impact. Interesting. Feint, slash, parry, smash. Use your best moves to strike your enemies. Hone your skills in the dojo or engage in solo mode. Take part in the global contest to climb the ranks online. I didn't realize there was a solo mode. Here I am thinking this is only 1 versus 1 online and that's it. And then it says fight and interact more intuitively with the new eye tracking system. Interesting. Anybody who owns the game has played it. If you can please let us know in the comments section whether or not we should grab this at the sale price. That does sound like a win to me.
Eastland Nublar. It's like coming home.
Use stealth while solving puzzles to survive the horrors of Jurassic World Aftermath Collection, and it's 70% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 75% off total. Over 900 people have rated this, 3.77 out of 5 stars, with 65% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 12% did give this 1 star. The plot is set between Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and this game is fully voice acted, featuring Laura Bailey and Jeff Goldblum. And quite simply, this is a collection of episodes that were released, I think, on the Quest or PSVR before, all in one game now, enhanced for PSVR2. In the beginning, you crash land near the Jurassic World theme park and find yourself trapped in an abandoned research facility when their mission to recover valuable information goes disastrously wrong. And after getting this game during the holiday sale at the exact same sale price, I was really surprised at how good the game looked, sounded, felt, and generally played all together. I was also surprised with how long the game took to complete, which was around 8 hours. I do think if you're a fan of the franchise, you would totally want to experience this stealth survival game, especially on the PSVR 2, but the plot is nothing complicated and has its own unique flavor as a side story. Even though I do think the game would have been way scarier with today's tech if it looked more realistic like Resident Evil, fortunately all cartoons really do look awesome on that 4K HDR OLED display. And just for a couple bucks, man, I can easily recommend this, but not at the regular price. To be honest, and to manage expectations, the puzzles were extremely easy, and I can't really call them puzzles. Only once I was truly stumped for a while, and that stood out to me. Also, I highly recommend that you play this in room scale, and physically crouch, crawl, and hide under desks if you can, as it absolutely adds to the fear and immersion of this game. Let's go movement first. Orientation, hands. CS, that is room scale, when you're turning with your body. But you can move and turn looking, but keeping your left arm straight the entire time. Even though the game doesn't look really scary, it can get pretty tense if you play this way. And this game is all about sneaking and surviving. So yeah, I have to push you guys to play this way if you can. Nice. I escaped intact. If you're craving more of that crazy kayak experience, then you need to also check out Whitewater VR Extreme Kayaking Adventure, because it's 25% off. Over 170 people have rated it, 3.6 out of 5 stars, with 63% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, but 27% did give this 1 or 2 stars. With stunning graphics, realistic physics, and heart-pumping action, you'll race against the clock as you navigate through wild waters filled with obstacles and surprises. Experience the rush of whitewater kayaking and breathtaking VR as you navigate through stunning scenery and dodge obstacles along the way while trying to become the best among your friends with the online leaderboards. This is all about racing against the clock and conquering the unique challenges within each environment. Interesting. Anyone in the comment section that owns this, played it, loved it, hate it, whatever, please let us know whether or not we should get this game at that sale price. Are you ready to smash some balls in VR? Black Hole Pool claims to be the ultimate pool billiards VR experience with the most accurate physics, and it's 25% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 30% off total. Only 63 people have rated this, 3.43 out of 5 stars, with 60% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, but 25% did give this 1 star. There are many ways to enjoy the beautiful world of pool. First, the Hustle Bar is a social place where players from all around the world meet to play for virtual stakes. Collect coins and spend them on cool accessories or a drink at the bar. And if you're feeling competitive, you can play for ELO points in the ranked room against randomly matched opponents to climb the leaderboard and become the best. Finally, the VIP room is an invite-only place for you and your friends to chill out and shoot some balls. Of course, you can always just practice on an AI opponent in the practice room if you want to build your skills first. On top of that, you'll collect experience points to unlock cool accessories like cues, ball sets, and felt. Yeah, that totally sounds awesome, as I do love the pool and grew up with a snooker table in the house, which unfortunately I don't see here, but apparently 9-ball and some other variants are available, which sounds great. I just want to quickly say thanks to everyone participating and piping in the comments last time this game was on sale, as a few of you have definitely let us know that we should grab this on sale. I'm consistently hearing about the incredible physics and that the cross-platform in-game voice chat quality is very good according to Cussman, who actually has some gameplay footage available on their channel if you want to check it out. I'll leave a link in the description there. Again, I highly recommend you read all of Cussman's very informative descriptions, as I feel it tells me everything I need to know. Very much appreciate your continued efforts and your continued help and support on the Reddit forums. Super cool, man.
Welcome to the darkness world. Don't be afraid, my friend.
Shoot at everything that moves in Darkness ROLLERCOASTER PSVR2 Remastered Edition, and it's currently 60% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 20% more, making it 80% off total. 110 people have rated it 3.67 out of 5 stars, with 62% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 16% did give this 2 stars. So I never played the original on PSVR 1, but this is completely redesigned for the PSVR 2 with improved enemy graphics and behavior, more action, more fun, and more speed. Try to beat the global high scores by activating your different powers, such as slowing down time, activating your special vision, or using your shields. But be careful of the traps and obstacles that you'll have to avoid at all times in your cart. What really threw me off is seeing a build your own coaster feature here, where it looks like you can create your own map essentially. That looks awesome. Anyone in the comments section, if you own this since the PSVR 1 days and have played the PSVR 2 version, is this worth buying again? The golden age of Atari is back in Pixel Rip 1978 and Atari Adventure, and it's 65% off. Over 300 people have rated it 4.01 out of 5 stars, with 72% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, but 11% did give this 1 star. This one sets you in the golden age of Atari, as you're caught in the eye of the hurricane in a wacky time-traveling adventure where you are one of the main programmers at Atari and have to get inside the game to prevent history from being rewritten by a pesky supervillain. Of course, that has to be the Cyblin Lord. The game features first-person shooter puzzles along with power-ups and abilities to help you traverse your journey. Unfortunately, I did not enjoy any of those first-person scenes, but loved the old-school Atari games. Again, that is very disappointing to say, because I did love Pixel Ripped 89 and 95, and this just honestly I had to push right through the entire game. Only the Atari sections where I'm sitting in the office playing the old-school games was really the fun part. Aside from those special stage boss fights, which have always been creatively kick-ass, so I did enjoy that, but other than that, this was actually pretty disappointing all around, just saying. Feel the finesse of your swing, jab, and hooks in Beat the Beats VR, and it's 33% off. Almost 700 people have rated it 3.51 out of 5 stars, with 58% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 25% did give this 1 star. Use actual boxing moves like crosses, rolls, and uppercuts to blast your way through a series of electrifying musical levels and climb the leaderboards. Unlock new genres, complete daily challenges, and build your skill in rhythm boxing. For the serious competitor, there's also an extra challenging B-side for each track that'll make you sweat to master. So it does tout to have a lot of replayability, but if you're unsure, you can check out the Beat the Beats VR demo on the PlayStation Store right now. For those of you that remember the Mega Man, this one's called System Critical 2, and it's 90% off right now. Almost 400 people have rated it 3.52 out of 5 stars, with 60% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 34% did give this 1 or 2 stars. And that said, from personal experience, I have put in a few hours into this already. I'm probably 1/3 of the way through, and even though I'm always open-minded to what I'm about to play, you know, I did go in and I felt like I was kind of pushing myself through it. The challenge and the difficulty is absolutely there. It was okay to move around, okay to shoot, but the game feels okay to me. It's not that it was buggy or glitchy. I didn't feel like I had to keep going back. I felt like I actually had to cover it and continue going through it. But maybe the game picks up halfway through, I have no idea. Anyone who owns the game has beaten System Critical 2. Can you let us know whether or not everyone should get this game at the sale price?
Oh dear. Looks like someone messed up.
Prison Boss VR is a crafting and simulation game with one simple goal: make cash. And you can save a ton of yours because this game is 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 60% off total. And I do have to say, I played it on PSVR 1, I didn't beat it. However, there is no upgrade path for this game. So if you do own it and you do want to play it on PSVR 2, this might be the time. Locked up in a prison cell, you're going to produce and sell contraband items to buy your freedom back, but don't get caught by the guards. During the night, you're going to roll cigarettes, fill up bottles, write erotic letters, and more. Be sure to stash your goods well, or they will be snatched by the guards. And during the day, cash in your illegal handiwork by selling it to your fellow inmates. You can also complete special jobs to earn reputation along with useful rewards. And the key features of the game is that you're going to unlock 11 craftable items, complete 80 jobs across 4 different prisons. I think I only played the one, to be honest with you. You can play story, arcade, or boss mode. You can customize your cell by adding new furniture, adapt your cell to the size of your VR play space, which I totally will. I love room scale VR and I'm absolutely excited to try this. And for those of you that are unsure, you can actually get the Prison Boss VR demo for free on the PlayStation Store right now. And now's the time to embark on a series of lemming-like puzzles because Tin Hearts is 80% off. That said, if you're a PlayStation Plus Extra, Premium, or Deluxe member, do not buy this game as it's already a part of your catalog. Over 720 people have rated it 3 out of 5 stars, with 46% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, and 44% gave this 1 or 2 stars. I have not played this game before, but I do believe that low rating has to do with the actual style of the game. So if you did not know, again, Lemmings is all about giving directions to a bunch of soldiers, essentially, that you're seeing on screen and directing them to these locations. And they're trying to make their way from point A in the room to point B using whatever is around in their environment. Now, unlike Lemmings, this is supposed to have a captivating and emotional story of a genius inventor, Albert Butterworth, whilst guiding a troop of tin soldiers to reach their goal. And apparently it's critically acclaimed for its moving narrative, refined puzzle design, and immersive atmosphere. Tin Hearts is a narrative puzzle adventure where the ghosts of the past emerge to tell a resonating tale of family, love, and compromise. Spanning across 4 distinct acts with 50 plus puzzles masterfully woven through a grand Victorian home, steadily uncover a variety of whimsical inventions with unique abilities to provide a safe route of passage for the tin soldiers to travel. Each location has an abundance of treasured memories, whilst there are some that would rather be forgotten. In a tragic fable, which will see Albert, overwhelmed by sorrow and heartache, discover what brilliant minds do when the love for life and the love for invention are threatened by life itself. Interesting. You're gonna set out on an immersive adventure through 50 plus Lemmings-like puzzles which consistently evolve as you progress. Uncover new routes to your destination each time you play, with multiple ways to solve the intricate puzzles. Take your time working through the relaxing puzzles while indulging in the soundtrack from award-winning composer Matthew Chastney, whose credits includes trailers for Joker, Chernobyl, and Bridgerton. No way, that's awesome. So again, the game seems like it has a lot going for it, but this is not for everybody. If you didn't know that it was a Lemmings-like puzzle-based game, then yes, you might be thrown off by what you're playing here. Across the Valley is a friendly farm simulator with the fantastic hand-drawn art style, and it's currently 75% off right now. Over 120 people have rated it 2.9 out of 5 stars, with 42% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, but 47% gave this 1 or 2 stars. On your farm, there's something to do every day. Give your plants and animals plenty of love and care. They'll reward you with a bountiful harvest, and use those profits to expand your farm. The features listed on the actual game speak to no motion sickness with the action point location system. No artificial movement is done. Even though that seems like a good bullet point, what it's saying is that you're going node to node teleportation based. You're actually snapping to specific stations of play, from what I understand. Each action point station is designed carefully to have everything you need within the reach of your hands. Again, it's promoting the whole thing being easily accessible, everything right where you are. You don't have to get up and move, none of that stuff. And then it says no button learning, where you do everything with your own hands. And that does feel natural. That is the way VR should be, truly. Literally, you can grab a shovel like you would in real life, dig a hole, sow your seed, all that stuff. With 36 quests or tasks that guide you from the basics of seeding to going on a truffle hunt with your pigs, you have infinite orders to keep you busy, even after the main game. And they're also talking about how you can upgrade your house and make it look nice and cozy. Interesting. But anybody, again, if you're into farm simulators, you may be able to speak to this in the comment section, let other people who are into that genre know whether or not this game will speak to them. The next game was Upload VR's Game of the Year for 2022, but I personally think it's the worst game on PSVR 2. What the bat? And it's 60% off. Over 200 people have rated it 3.88 out of 5 stars, with 68% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. That said, my experience totally different. I personally feel that this game actually hurts how people view games in VR and what to expect, because man, I gotta say, this was absolutely atrocious when it comes to gameplay and fun factor. I mean, every level, and there are 100 of them, and I went through the entire game for everybody. I actually covered this, you can see a thumbnail right there, literally showing you what to expect if you go to buy this game. I honestly don't think I can recommend this to people with children. I felt that, yes, everything was really lackluster is the best way to describe it. Even though the game worked, you know, the controls did work, I would give this 2 out of 5. If something was glitchy or if the game bugged out, it would have scored a 1, but everything about it I really disliked. Again, with over 100 unique levels of slapstick comedy and craziness, that's not what I felt whatsoever. Brushing my teeth with a bat, you know, I'm not laughing out loud. That was a task, literally, out of the 100 things. Including 9 chapters with unique settings and baseball challenges. No, they're not baseball challenges. You're literally just swinging your bat and it hits the ball, and there's really no accuracy going on whatsoever that I found, truly. With approximately 4 hours of playtime, but remember to take breaks. Yeah, I don't even know, like within the first 20 minutes, I knew I wasn't going to like the game, just being honest. And I was going in pretty open-minded. So yes, I highly encourage you, please check out my video. And that game was given to me as a free review key. Again, thank you so much, Triband, for sending me a review key, because I wouldn't have checked it out and I wouldn't have known what to expect other than what Upload VR gave this Game of the Year for 2022. The evolution of Brick Breaker games is here in Rebeloid VR, and it's currently 35% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 35% more, making it 70% off total. Only 50 people have rated it so far, 3.66 out of 5 stars, with 62% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. And the PlayStation Store description simply says, embark on a journey into space with Rebeloid VR, which reintroduces the classic block-breaking frenzy reminiscent of timeless games like DX Ball and Arken Age, but now in cutting-edge VR technology. And if you're as old as I am and grew up playing the many variations of Arken Age, you'll totally know what to expect here. But I still highly recommend you check out Cussman's gameplay footage of his first impressions with the game so you can see what it actually looks and sounds like. Again, thanks so much, Cussman, for providing this footage and checking out the other games that most of us aren't even aware of. Very much appreciated. Unwind as you search for hidden treasures at your own pace in Unhidden Cozy Hidden Object, and it's 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 60% off total. Only 52 people have rated it 3.58 out of 5 stars, with half the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but just under a quarter of them gave it 1 or 2 stars. Because I couldn't find anything about this game or even a trailer, my first thought was to check out Cussman's YouTube channel, and I found the gameplay footage shown right here. I've included a link to this video in my description and highly recommend you check it out, along with the detailed written description about Cussman's first impressions with it. That said, I highly recommend you read all of the descriptions of Cussman's PSVR2 videos, as they are very detailed and super informative. And I just want to say thanks so much to Cussman for allowing me to share this gameplay footage with everyone and your ongoing support for the PSVR2 community. Awesome. Battle waves of polygon-shaped zombies in a series of high-stakes shooting ranges in Deadland Polygon VR, and it's 35% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 35% more, making it 70% off total. Almost 200 people have rated it 2.15 out of 5 stars, with just over half the audience giving this 1 star, but 17% did give this 5 out of 5. The game touts to use real-life shooting mechanics to aim, reload, and fire with accuracy while collecting power-ups to enhance your arsenal. Whether you're facing a zombie onslaught in endless mode or racing against time in timed mode, each mission brings unique challenges. But from everything I'm seeing and hearing, every other game I've played with the target mode, whether it's Pavlov, Zombieland, Gun Club VR, Resident Evil, like every game with a targeting range looks better than this game. I personally have not played this, so I can't speak to this from experience, but as you're seeing here, this gameplay footage is from Cussman's YouTube channel, so I highly recommend you check it out if you want to know more about this game. Traverse post-apocalyptic environments, dodging enemy attacks while constantly on the move in Deadland 2 VR, and it's 35% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 35% more, making it 70% off total. Over 300 people have rated it 1.73 out of 5 stars, with 76% giving this 1 star, but 14% did give this 5 out of 5. Use a combination of firepower and melee combat to fend off the undead while scavenging for resources and upgrades. With each level, the challenge escalates. pitting you against more vicious enemies, accumulating in epic boss fights with terrifying zombie monstrosities. Gear up, survive the apocalypse, and become the ultimate zombie slayer. That said, I've never played the game before, but I highly encourage you check out Cussman's YouTube channel as you're witnessing the gameplay footage right here if you want to learn more about this game. I'll leave a link in the description so you can check it out. And if you totally dig the theme and the gameplay, you may want to get the Deadland 2 VR Avatar Bundle, and it's 35% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 35% more, making it 70% off total. And all I have to show you is that thumbnail on the graphic right there, and I'm assuming all of those pictures are part of the Avatar pack. Bocce VR Simulator is quite literally what it says, and it's currently 33% off. Only 40 people have rated this, 1.95 out of 5 stars, with 78% giving this 1 or 2 stars, but 10% did give this 5 out of 5. The game claims to bring the classic game of bocce to life in a stunning virtual reality experience. Known and loved by many for its simplicity and fun, bocce is perfect for players of all ages. You just start off, one person throws this Polino ball, it's a tiny white ball, and then wherever that is, you're trying to throw your balls as close as possible to that Polino. And then at the end of the round, the closer balls get the most points essentially. And when you're playing against with somebody, you can actually knock their ball away from the Polino. So even though your opponent could have thrown an awesome shot to begin with, you can totally knock them out of the area where they don't score anything, and then you take their spot. Very cool. It does include an obstacle mode for added challenge. I'd love to see what that looks like. It does claim to have advanced AI for realistic competition, customizable game point targets, and stunning graphics with immersive gameplay. Whether or not this game actually does what bocce does, I have no idea. Again, anyone in the comment section, if you own the game, please let us know. Does this actually play like bocce in real life? Experience the thrill of driving a powerful American truck in Truck Simulator 25 VR, American Driver, and it's currently 40% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 45% off total. Over 260 people have rated it, 1.44 out of 5 stars, with 85% of the audience giving this 1 star. And I think Brian from Without Parole explains the game best in just a couple minutes while giving you excellent in-game examples. So I gotta leave it to him as you're seeing his footage right here, and I'm gonna leave a link in the description because I highly encourage you to check it out because I'm actually quite curious to play this game now. And the game with currently the worst rating on the PlayStation Store, Critical Strike Shooter VR SWAT Rescue Mission, is on sale at 40% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 45% off total. Over 160 people have rated it, 1.13 out of 5 stars, with 93% of the audience giving this 1 star. And I'm going to leave it up to the people that have actually played the game, so I'm going to recommend you check out MoFun VR's channel and see their first impression with it, as I feel they did a great job describing their experience. I'll leave a link in the description, as I think you should definitely check it out before buying this game. Set in a post-apocalyptic world, Horror Adventure Zombie Edition is 80% off. Over 6,000 people have rated it, 3.27 out of 5 stars, with just under half the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but almost a third of them did give this 1 star. That said, shout out to Cussman here because he points out that it looks like this developer for Zombie, Horror Adventure, and Space Explorer all have free demos, which they have apparently used since the PSVR 1 days to run a bunch of burner PlayStation Network accounts to add to their library and put their own 5 out of 5 star ratings to artificially pump up the rating here, which is really too bad. Thanks so much for the heads up on that one, Cussman. Very much appreciated. The official PlayStation Store description says it's a zombie shooter set in a post-apocalyptic world. There's been an outbreak of a mysterious virus killing people and transforming them into zombies. As one of the few people left on the planet, experience what it's like to live in the city of the undead. Hunt in the world and find ways to survive. Kill the virus-infected people and protect your family. So the game does feature a single-player story with a full-fledged narrative campaign to give you a taste of what it's like to live in the post-apocalyptic world. It says that it includes heavy, physics-based, realistic interactions, including support for weapon pickup and reload. Support for more than 15 plus unlockable weapons throughout the story. So yeah, if you're unsure whether or not this game is for you, you can get the Horror Adventure Zombie Edition demo for free on the PlayStation Store right now. Horror Adventure VR is an interactive experience set in a procedurally generated haunted house, and it's 80% off right now. Over 7,300 people have rated it since the PSVR 1 days, 3.07 out of 5 stars, with 46% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 37% did give this 1 star. So in doing some digging, this obviously is a budget title, and it claims to have procedural generation, but from multiple reviews, it changes how you walk through the house, but the rooms themselves are the same, if that makes sense. They don't actually change the rooms up, so you do see the same shit all the time, essentially. Even though it does claim to have jump scares as its warning, yeah, I didn't hear a lot of people talking about it being that scary. You know, it's decent from what I understand. Decent. I mean, I'm not expecting anything, but if it's okay, even for half an hour, that might be worth it. But if you're unsure, what's really cool, these guys are offering a horror adventure PSVR2 demo for free. So yes, I highly encourage you check that out. Normally, I feel like the developers only provide demos if they're confident people want to play their game. So good on them for doing that. So yeah, check that out. Launch yourself into orbit with Space Explorer PSVR2, and it's 80% off. Over 2,300 people have rated. Over 2,500 people have rated it since the PSVR 1 days, 2.75 out of 5 stars, with 34% giving this 5 out of 5, but 47% did give this 1 star. The official description says, experience how spacecrafts lift off into orbit. Join the crew on space shuttle missions and assist in the servicing of the space station. Take a trip into orbit and experience the Earth from above. Encounter life on board the space station. Learn how to move in zero gravity and participate in spacewalks. Ooh, that'd be creepy. Take control of the shuttle in an accurate physics-based landing simulation. Space Explorer is a game as well as an educational simulation. Experience the thrill of viewing the Earth in orbit, which is unparalleled in virtual reality. Now, it claims that it features high-quality models and textures with smooth VR experience without any motion sickness. As well, it says scientifically accurate simulations and gameplay with multi-language support. And if you're still unsure whether or not this game is for you, you can get the Space Explorer PSVR 2 demo on the PlayStation Store right now. And now we're getting to the end of the video with some DLC for Drums Rock. Starting with Smash Fest Music Pack, and it's currently 35% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 50% off total. And this includes Silver Tongue by Alter Bridge, Army of the Night by Powerwolf, Pisces by Ginger, Keelhauled by Ailstorm, Hoot's Force by Gloryhammer, While Love Died by Northward, Stardust by Delane, Dost Elft Gadot, I'm sorry for butchering that, somebody I cannot pronounce, Master of the Universe by Angus Mix6. Drums Rock Legendary Music Pack Volume 1 featuring Offspring is currently 35% off, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 50% off total. With this pack, you're getting You're Gonna Go Far Kid by The Offspring, In the Meantime by Spacehog, My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, and Shine by Collective Soul. Next, we have the Legendary Music Pack Volume 2 featuring Green Day, and it's 35% off, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 50% off total. In this music pack, you're getting American Idiot by Green Day, Holiday by Green Day, The American Dream is Killing Me by Green Day, I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles by The Proclaimers, and Stricken by Disturbed. And the last DLC on sale is for Walkabout Mini Golf. This is Mount Olympus, and it's currently 75% off. I've only heard great things about this game for so long that I was able to grab the Hole-in-One edition the last time it was on sale, and I'm hopefully going to play this for the first time and with the wife this weekend.
Wow. Fucking crazy.
And that is all of the games and DLC for the PlayStation Indie Sale ending February 25th. Don't forget to check out my other video featuring even more games ending at the exact same time for the Critics' Choice and Hot Deals sales. That said, if you guys like the video or any of the sales videos, please click that like, hype, and or subscribe button to help spread the word and get even more people playing the future of console gaming, which of course is
PlayStation